Hello! It's good to see you all again. I'm sorry if I seem a little bit out of breath. I just got in from taking my dog for a walk. She has been cooped up in my home for most of the winter and has gotten a little chubby because of it. But we're working on it, right? We're getting out, even though it's freezing today here in Toronto. Anyway, so let's get into the topic of what we're going to talk about today, which is, what type of business should you start and how are you going to make money doing it? A lot of people reach out to me and they're like, newer entrepreneurs, or they want to be entrepreneurs, they want to quit their 9-to-5, and they're asking like, what type of business should I start? How am I going to make money doing it? Should I start a business where I know I can make money versus like my passion, that kind of thing? How do you decide what you're going to do? So I'll kind of give you a story of how I did it, and then you can take it from there. So when I was in university, I knew that I was a really good writer, and I can hear my kettle boiling. But I knew I was a really good writer, and but I also knew that writers made almost no money, right? So that's where I started to brainstorm, right? And I knew also there weren't a lot of jobs out there at the time, especially in Canada. Everyone was getting their degree, and they had no jobs coming out of school. So I kind of started to think, I'm like, what can I do? How can I make some money doing this? And so I did some research around writing and that kind of thing. And like I said, I wanted to be a creative writer. Originally, I wanted to start writing books and just selling that. But, those people are broke. You can write a book and you could sell 0 copies. So that's where I started my research. I was like, okay, how can I use my skills as well? How can I incorporate my passion into my skill set? So I made a list, and I suggest you do this if you're trying to figure out what you should do or what type of business you should start, is I made a list of all of my skills, everything I was good at, writing, cooking, well, I'm okay at cooking, working with animals, working with children, like whatever it is, just everything I'm good at, my skill set, right? You don't necessarily have to be passionate about these things, just things that you're good at that people have said like, wow, you're really good, you should do something with that. And then so your one list is your skill set, things you're good at. Your other list should be your passions. So get crazy with this list, right? So obviously, like most people, traveling is a passion. Again, animals, children, like dress, fashion, that kind of thing. Just all of your passions. And from there, what I did was I went and did some research around careers in the passion field. And then after you've done this list of what you're good at and what you're passionate at, when you start to do the research around careers in that field, you're going to start putting two and two together, okay? So that's when you can start linking these two lists. Like if you're really good at cooking and you love traveling, like there's ways that you can do that, right? And then like you can add other skill sets in there. So if you're a good writer as well, then you can be, you can travel while writing about restaurants. You could do reviews, that kind of thing, right? So after you've done that research, you'll have an easier time figuring out where you can go there. And the money is pretty easy after that. Like honestly, don't get too hung up on what you're going to do because it's always going to be changing. I started off writing copy for anything I could get my hands on, like any job I could do, right, just to bring in money. And then I went more into like the conscious entrepreneurs and spiritual entrepreneurs. And from there, now I have basically an agency that I'm running with employees. And now I'm able to spend my time doing Facebook Lives like this, helping people find their mission, find their passion, which is also a passion of mine, right, is actually inspiring people and lighting that fire within them. So it's constantly going to be changing. You're constantly going to be growing. Okay, so I don't want you to think too much about, like, just find something you like doing and you're good at, like you have a skill, right, that's incorporated into your passion. And then it'll grow from there. You can expand from there, and this is your business. You can do whatever the hell you want, right? Like, this is my creative playground. If I want to I'm thinking about making a course teaching children or a course for parents to teach your children to think like entrepreneurs, because the public school system, as you may know, actually trains your brain to think inside the box, right? So I wanted to make a course so parents can teach their kids to think outside of the box. And I was homeschooled, which is something you may not know about me. I was homeschooled for a big chunk of my life, which I think is the reason I'm so quirky and odd, and I'm not afraid to get wild in my business. So, like I said, this is your creative playground. You can do whatever you want. Just start, right? Just start doing something. And like I said, the money is easy after that. It's just a matter of getting visible. If you want to go the organic route, like I used Facebook groups and I just got visible. I just gave a lots and lots of value, and then I would do a small pitch at the end, a short pitch at the end. Okay, so that's the easy part. And again, I know my specialty is service-based businesses. That's just what I know, but I also have products. I have courses that I sell, right? And if you're selling a product, I do suggest that, if you're trying to sell like a $20 product or something, the likelihood of that ever paying off for you is, it's hard, right? Unless you're buying an email list or something and you're putting them through a funnel, like there's a big investment up front, whereas if you're selling something that's like 300, 500 and higher, whether it's a course or a product, whatever it is, your profit should be minimum, I would say 200 on a product, for it to be worth it, for you to, jump on calls and that kind of thing. Because originally, like I usually only jump on calls with people who are interested in maybe getting a copywriting project done for them or a branding project. And if they're like, well, that's too much for me right now, I can always offer my courses to help them get to that point and make more money so that they can do the full branding that they want. Right? So my course is, if you're going to be jumping on, my point here is if you're going to be jumping on a call with someone, you usually want to be making at least a $200-300 profit off of that, right? Just because your time is, as an entrepreneur, your time is everything. It's your greatest commodity. So I hope this helps, and if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm always happy to help. I'm always happy to help people find their mission and make money. And please let me know that you are here. Please let me know that you like this content by commenting below, and I will see you tomorrow.